VAR.
VAR?
Yeah. A disaster.
I think it's a good thing.
We like VAR.
Just taking the emotion out of the sport.
I think it's going to take the spontaneity out of the game.
Personally, I think that it's making the game better.
VAR, well, we've been quite lucky with VAR the last game and the one before against Man City in the Champions League, but you know, we're probably going to get a bad decision soon. We'll see what happens.
VAR is not very good for Man City supporters at the moment. I can see that it's a good idea, but for us it's not working. It doesn't seem to be working very fairly. They've had some really good decisions against us, and let's be honest, they got to the Champions League final, didn't they? And they got a draw here 2 weeks ago, so they would be quite big fans.
Yeah.
It's no goal.
Oh, it's a saviour at the minute. A little bit, I don't know, a little bit controversial, but yeah.
More goals when we don't deserve them. So we like VAR.
I'm not very happy with it at all. It ruined the game against Tottenham. Absolutely ruined it, yes.
It's really hit and miss. I like it, but there's a lot of people that really don't. Like, to me, it's done us well. It's done us really well last week, and it's done us well against City during the Champions League. So yeah. I think it's a good thing.
It's absolutely disaster-like. Yeah, it's wrecking the game, stop-start. It's not enjoyable.
I don't enjoy it either, mate.
When against Man City, fantastic. Well, I think we've had a difficult time with it so far. I think the decisions I feel have gone against us. However, it's in, so we've got to live with it. Hopefully they'll level themselves out of the season.
VAR?
Yeah.
Right, VAR against City. We love playing against City, don't we?
We like that, yeah. But then VAR in Champions League final, we got
Killed us. Never a penalty. Never a penalty. I'd like to replay the game.
Yeah, I would.
I think we should replay the
season. I should be striker.
VAR. Well, I'm old school, so I'm not necessarily in favour of it, but I think we have to give it a season or two to bed down so that people understand exactly what it's like. I think it might help with some of the more contentious decisions. We'll wait and see.
I think it's going to take the spontaneity out of the game, and is it a goal, isn't it a goal? And then, of course, for all the stops for the VAR time, you're getting a lot of extra time added on, and I just feel that it's just taking that spontaneity out of it. Yes, it's a great tool, but I just think that I'm not in favour of it. I think maybe some things you should leave to chance.
I think VAR's come in handy for us plenty of times. However, I think one day it may bite us in the butt. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've done well with VAR so far, but people do forget in the City game they were benefit of a VAR decision where Aguero got a penalty which he missed. So I think it's going to go both ways. At the moment we've got the upside, but no doubt there's going to be a flip side to that at some point. So right about now it's good for Tottenham, but moving forward we'll see.
I'm not happy with VAR at all, as you'll appreciate. And nothing to do with being a City fan. I just think it's changing the culture of the way we play the game. And that's the biggest impact that it could possibly have, which is not good for the game. It's not good for the fan interaction in stadiums. So no, I don't agree with it at all. I think they've been very lucky because they've been on the end of two good decisions against City in the last two games here.
VAR, my lord, VAR, my lord. Yeah, at the minute I think we're enjoying VAR, but as soon as the decision goes against us, we're going to be a little bit more disappointed with it maybe. But personally, I think that it's making the game better. It changes things, doesn't it? It means you can't celebrate straight away without a slight fear that things might change. But so far, like I said, things have gone in our favour. So I love it.
I think you can still celebrate. You can either have that celebration taken away, or you can celebrate twice. So we're still getting used to it. We've had a few decisions go our way, that's for sure. But I imagine it's going to hurt us at some point in the season. But it's what it is, isn't it?
Hopefully not in a semi-final or a final, and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Points. Hard line. Extra, what is it on Twitter? Extra player.
Great. Nightmare at present. Just because of the decisions. I think we've just been unlucky so far with it. Yeah. You know, we should have beat Tottenham, I feel. We played better than them. We had enough chances to win the game, but there you go. It is what it is, isn't it?
At the moment, I think we're quite lucky with it.
Disgraceful.
Disgraceful.
Yes, because it absolutely ruins the game for the supporter at the stadium. More designed for the armchair fan.
Right.
TV purposes.
Controversial. Yeah.
Good word.
Yeah, good word, yeah.
Controversial. Yeah, there you go.
Certainty. You get the decision that probably 4 or 5 people have looked at again and again, so you would expect that they get it right.
My word would probably be, I might need a couple of words, but financially prudent, because bearing in mind the millions and millions of pounds that goes into these games and what spins off from that, the difference of winning a league, and I think this is for all these clubs, just not Manchester City, the difference between dropping down the championship table for the sake of one wrongly judged goal. There's millions involved in it, so I think that's what will win out. It's just the financial implications of it.
Beneficial.
Yeah. It's the truth. At the end of the day, it's the truth. So it's the truth, and the truth is always the best answer, right?
I mean, I think every time we play City, it's a tough game, but I think VAR's come in handy against City, but yeah, I think we're capable of beating them without VAR as well. So yeah.
A disaster. It's a complete and utter disaster. They've not thought it through. I mean, I'm a big sportsman. I love tennis, and if you watch Hawkeye in tennis, it's perfect. If you watch the umpires' decisions in cricket, every time they're spot on, and the audience, the crowd in the stadium can actually see how the decision is reached. Here, there's no communication with 50,000 people in the stadium. Nobody knows what's going on. The decision is made by somebody who probably hasn't got the equipment to make the decision they're making, and the decisions are wrong. It's just disastrous. It should be withdrawn immediately.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, I would say one word for VAR. Yeah, interesting as well. Contentious is probably the right word.
Contentious is good word. Good word, that.
Corrupt. At the moment, honestly, I do feel like I think there's things happening. We had somebody's foot stood on, and that went to VAR, and that was a really obvious penalty. And they said there was nothing to see here. It was really quite worrying that nobody could see anything in that. Does that make sense?
The shambles. Shocking. Taking the emotion out of the sport. Yeah. So you don't know how to celebrate when you're scoring a goal.
Mediocre. Actually, I'll change that. Inconsistent.
Yeah.
If you look at some of the decisions we made this season in the Premier League, inconsistent.
Yeah.
Inconsistent.
Nice to meet you. This is Stephen Sambala. Nice to meet you.
Lovely.